The PlayStation 3 in 2025 is still one of the best value for money consoles and gaming experiences you can achieve. And I'm going to tell you why. So, the PlayStation 3 is by far the best value for money gaming experience you can get in 2025 when prices are going so high on modern releases. You're talking Nintendo now charging £80 plus for new games for the Nintendo Switch 2 is utterly bonkers. The value for money here is unheard of. Absolutely fantastic. We're going to deep dive into my favorite bits of the PlayStation 3 system because this is the greatest console of all time. Yes, I said it. It's my personal favorite. I absolutely adore the PlayStation 3 system. It's by far the best console you can get, especially value for money. And that's the main thing. It's the main takeaway from this video is going to be value for money because this offers it all. It's such a great package and it's the best thing probably since sliced bread. Who knows? We're going to take a deep dive. It's not unheard of, the PlayStation 3. It's not anything new or, revolutionary. It's the PlayStation 3 has been around for nearly 20 years at this point. It's been a staple in many of our lives, especially mine, and it deserves all the love and attention, especially now, especially in the current climate of where everything is ridiculously expensive, especially new stuff of new games and new releases on the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox. It offers some untold value. It truly does. And we are going to go into everything and anything about buying a PlayStation 3 in 2025. If you go on to enjoy this video, be sure to drop it a like. Maybe consider subscribing to the channel because we are on our way to 2,000 subscribers. I love you all so much. Thank you so much. Let's go. With the PS3 being nearly 20 years old, that's like 2/3 of my actual age. I'm 27. I was about 8 years old when this thing came out. It released in 2007. It released a little bit after the Xbox 360, which in my opinion hampered it a teeny bit. Obviously, you had all the issues on launch. Everybody knows that. It's not brand new information at this point. But the resurgence this got, especially now, is utterly insane. And I just want to shed my own two thoughts on my favorite console of all time because this deserves it. This deserves the limelight. This deserves the spotlight because it is the greatest console of all time. Let me know your thoughts and feelings. Let me know your own favorite console of all time because it's going to be completely different to me. But this PlayStation 3 is by far the best console. The value for money you get from the system is unequivocal. It's the best. You can pick one of these systems up in the UK market for around £30 to £40, complete with controller, everything like that. They are cheap to get into. They truly are such value. And the games, we haven't even started looking at the games. I'm just talking about the console at the minute. You can get one Slim, which is just your normal sort of PlayStation 3 Slim. You can get the Super Slim. You can also get, obviously, the original Fat console, which is more liable to breaks and issues compared to the Slim and Super Slim. So that is something to be aware of if you're going to get a fat one. The RSX is pretty renowned to just die on them, and they go yellow light of death or Wylod, whichever way you want to look at it. So you have to be careful in which model you actually buy. To me, the PlayStation 3 Slim is the best middle ground for a daily driver, as it were. It offers you the reliability and everything else PlayStation gives. It has many different storage options: 120, 160, 320. I think they do a 250 as well. In the Slim, I think you can get up to about a 500 gigabyte hard drive as well in the Super Slim. So these are ones to be looking out for. They truly are. Even if you wanted it boxed and complete in the actual box, you're looking at around 60 to £80, which again is great value. It truly is. This is of the HD era, and the graphical prowess of this console is still holding up to this day. Nearly 20 years later, 18 years later, it's still holding up, and it still looks absolutely incredible to this day. It truly does. The graphical uplift from PS2 to PS3 was unmatched, and I don't think we've seen such a graphical uplift since. It's the story behind the PlayStation 3. It's what holds it dearest to my heart. It came out of a time where I was literally just growing up into getting into my own sort of gaming rhythm, finding out what I liked, I didn't like, what my friends played, what I played. It was at that time where online gaming became such a big impact in all of our lives. It really was. It came out at a time where we were just starting out, into the internet space of some sorts. I didn't get the internet until I was, I think, 12, something like that, 13, which to some people might be quite late, but it is what it is at this point. It just holds such fond memories, and that's half the battle. Half the battle is memories and nostalgia. It Some people will say it clouds our judgment, but I would disagree, because you always find the happy memories in the past. You truly do. You always remember the good things, or at least I do. I try my best to. And the memories I have attached to the PlayStation 3 system is unmatched. It truly is. It warrants so much, and I owe so much to the system, and it deserves, like I said, its own spotlight. And today's video is just that. If you don't like the PS3, you're not going to like this video, so here we are. You might as well scroll off and just see you later. We'll talk about games, we'll talk about everything, we'll talk about value, we'll talk about what I think is going to happen to the PlayStation 3 market going forward. It's going to be a big one. Strap in, get yourself a coffee. Even if we talk about games, it was a system that brought us some amazing, utterly amazing console exclusives. It truly was. We're just going to run straight through them. You had God of War 3 and God of War Ascension on the PlayStation 3. You also had collections. You had God of War Volume 1 and Volume 2 as like HD collections, which was pretty much all of the God of War uh, games on the actual system, which was absolutely fantastic. God of War Ascension, gorgeous. You can get a steelbook in this as well, one to look out for. Then it gave us new entries, Resistance 1, 2, and 3, and it's a franchise that has never come back since the PlayStation 3 era. And to me, this is a franchise that I would love to see return. I really would. Playing this for the first time in like 2009 was bonkers. It really was. It was a great experience, and I believe there's just fond memories attached to this franchise, and it's a fantastic franchise. But it's another console exclusive you can't get anywhere else. Same with the next game. You've got the Little Big Planet games. This one is a lovely steelbook, but it's still Little Big Planet 2. You had 1, 2, and 3. You have Little Big Planet Go-Karting, I think, or Karting, something like that. There's a few different ones, but the Little Big Planet series was first introduced on the PlayStation 3, and to this day it's still a fantastic, fun series. It truly is. It's a great little series. I love it so much, and Sackboy is a great mascot for the PlayStation. It really is. And this is gorgeous, by the way. Just throwing that one out there. It really is good. And then you've got racing games that were the first introduced onto the system as actual release titles for the PlayStation 3, such as MotorStorm. This is a great racing game. I love my arcade races. I will be biased at that. I truly will. But this is great. This is really good. You've got 3 on the system. You've got MotorStorm 2, Pacific Rift, and MotorStorm Apocalypse. They are all great games which will cost absolutely nothing, especially compared to new prices. They won't cost a lot. Like you can see, this cost me £2 from CEX. That's what it cost me, £2 for hours upon hours of fun. You can't get better value anywhere else. I am so passionate about this. I'm hopefully it's coming across on camera. I'm not sure. We'll see how that goes. It's just bonkers. It really is. And then you've got some more first person sort of like shootery type games as well with Infamous. And again, we haven't seen Infamous for like nearly 10, 11 years. I think was 2014 sort of like Infamous. What was it? First Son, Second Son, something like that came out, or First Light. Can't remember. It's been a very long time since we've seen a new Infamous game, and these 2 games on the PlayStation 3 were fantastic, especially going through them for the first time. You will have a lot of fun. that's the bottom line. You will have a lot of fun because it offers you such good value for such little in return. It truly does. When we talk about value for money, we talk about the experience you get for what you paid for. So, PlayStation 3 console sets you back 30 to £40, complete with controller, cables, whatever. That's great. So, your outlay is already 40 quid, for argument's sake. Games, you can buy so many good games for less than £10 for all of them. There's so many like £1, £1.50 games you can get. You can get Batman series games. You can get the infamous games. They're cheap if you don't want the special editions because I like them. They're cool. I like them. The Motorstorm games are super duper cheap as well. You can get any sort of genre of game you want for as little as what you want to pay. Yes, of course. The caveat to this, there are expensive games on the system. They are, but they're probably priced at the same price as new releases and new titles, which some might argue the PlayStation 3 offers better value because notoriously over the last couple of years, I would say new releases have not lived up to the satisfaction and or the same level as what they would be released on the PlayStation 3. Now that is a bit biased, but it's my opinion, it's my video, I'm allowed to be, okay? That's just how that works. So here we are. You can get into the PlayStation 3 for less than £50, including games, including whatever games you want to play. Then you can go from there and build an essential empire like I have. I think, I can't remember when I last counted, but it's well over 350 games on the PlayStation 3. It's my favorite console my to collect for because I absolutely adore it. The value for money I get in return is utterly it's unmatched and unparalleled. It really is. Even to this day, it's still a great console to buy for. It is. Yes, prices for games have probably gone up quite a bit compared to what they were over the last, 4 or 5 years. Granted, 100% agree with that. But over the last 6 months, I would say I have been looking at like market trends and stuff into the PlayStation 3 system. I am talking notoriously on the UK market, so I'm not sure about European and I'm not sure about the American market. So make your own research, do your own research, have a look, have a little gander, tell me, let me know in the comments. The prices have sort of stabilized. They really have. I haven't seen too many dips, I haven't seen too many ups either. I haven't seen drastic changes in the prices, maybe the odd like £4 or £5 here and there up and down sort of thing on your bigger expensive stuff. We saw that last year. We saw the ups and downs last year. The prices on PlayStation 3 games moved rapidly last year, and now like I said, over the last sort of 6 months, we're now coming into June, it has stabilized a lot. And I think now is the perfect time to get into it because prices are just level. They are. And it's a good thing for me because it means that I can sort of go in and actually make informed decisions on what games I actually want to buy next, what I think will hold its value, even though I don't care for the value of games. I buy what I like, I buy what I love. So that's just me as a person. Okay, so it's going to be a talky episode. I apologize, but so passionate about the PS3, man. I love it. So that's when it comes to market trends currently. Now, the other caveat to this whole situation is the PlayStation 3 store. At the moment of recording this video, which is the 1st of June, or it will be, it is still open. Now, do I think it's going to be open for ever? No. I feel like the PlayStation 3 store is going to be closing, just like the Xbox 360 did this time sort of last year, soon. I really do. Especially when, we're moving into like almost PlayStation 6 sort of like territory at the minute. So that would mean this is like 3 generations old at that point. They can't keep it open for that long. I think we're probably looking 1 to 2 years maximum. I think then the PlayStation 3 store will be closing, and then if that happens, or when that happens, should I say, you will see prices move up, down, sideways, backwards, whatever. They are going to be moving because you can't get these games digitally anymore. Which some of these games or digital are super cheap. super cheap. For example, you can get Puppeteer for like £10 on the store. You can get like DuckTales remastered. I think again it's like £10 on the store. You can get the Splatterhouse game. I believe it's somewhere around the same sort of price. Whereas these games physically right now are around £40 to £70 for all of them, each, which is a lot more. But prices will jump up heavily as soon as the store goes. It's something to bear in mind, and it is something that's going to happen at any. It's going to happen. It's one of those things that you have to just be. It's going to happen. All right, it is. It's just one of those. I could literally sit here for absolute hours talking about my passion for the PlayStation 3 system. I still play this system every single day in 2025. It's my favorite system. I have a PlayStation 5, I have a PS4, but this thing trumps it. It's just the type of game you can get, and the value I get out of games nowadays is just not there on new systems. And that's a personal thing. It might be different for everybody else watching this video. Who knows? But that's okay if it is. That's absolutely fine. It's perfect, in fact. But I play this every single day, and I still enjoy it as like I did 15 years ago when I first got my PS3. And that's what makes it for me. It truly does. The passion I have for this system is unrivaled, and it is my favorite console of all time, and it deserves the love and respect. Doesn't matter about previous history. It doesn't matter about the rough launch it had when it actually arrived. It doesn't matter about that anymore. It doesn't. It has no bearing on the system anymore. Because in 2025, that doesn't matter. It's the value for money you get from playing this console, and it is unequivocal. It's so good. I can speak about it for hours upon hours, and I'm trying not to. I'm going to try and keep this video, short and sweet, say my points, say everything. So here we are. The PlayStation 3 in 2025 is the best value console. I've said it. Hopefully some people agree with me. If you don't, let me know in the comments, because I'd love to hear your opinions. This is what it is. It's an opinion based video, and it's just my points about the love I have for this system, because it deserves it. It truly does. That has been my 2 cents on the PlayStation 3 system in 2025. Is it worth buying? Absolutely. It truly is worth buying. As cheap or as expensive as you want it to be, but the value for money is still there, and I will repeat that until I go blue in the face. I really will. And the exclusives, the console exclusives it gave us, which you can't actually play anywhere else to this day, is unrivaled. Yes, I haven't said the Uncharted series or anything like that, because you can play them on PS4, you can play them on PS5. They have ran them through another 2 generations. So I'm talking games that you can't play anywhere else, like the Resistance games, the Motorstorm games. You can't get them. They haven't been remastered, which is a shame, because I would love to see them back. Infamous 1 and 2, I would love to see remasters of them, because they were great games. I absolutely adored them. And it's just basically just the passion I have for the system. It just comes out in so much, and it's hard to sometimes put my words into a actual sentence or anything like that, because I get so built up with emotion. It's difficult. But I hope you have found this video informative, because I've thoroughly enjoyed looking through the PlayStation 3 and my 2 cents of why the PlayStation 3 is the best value console in 2025. If you go on to enjoy this video, be sure to drop it a like, maybe consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. But for now, guys, take care of yourselves, have a great weekend, have a great rest of your week, wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves.